Hello, everybody. We are live with episode number 4 of the Hustle and Grow Show. Welcome. So, this is the ultimate podcast for ambitious individuals who are ready to supercharge their personal and professional growth. Whether you're a seasoned entrepreneur, a budding creative, or someone just looking to level up in life, this podcast is your one stop destination for inspiration, insights, and actionable strategies to help you thrive in today's fast paced world. I am your host and fellow entrepreneur, Alexis Talent. If you haven't noticed, I am the owner of the Sure Future Insurance. Got it everywhere on here today. And since we're live every Tuesday, I wanted to throw in from now on a Tuesday tip of the week. So my Tuesday tip for you all today is make a to-do list. In my opinion, it's so satisfying seeing like everything I need to get done for the day right there all at once. And once I'm done tackling a task, crossing it off that list is such a motivation for me and just really helps keep me on track and stay organized. So that's my Tuesday tip. And today's guest is Tekara. She is a mobile notary, and Tekara has expressed that her biggest challenge right now is marketing and referrals. And her goal is to build her business up to fully support and replace her regular 9 to 5. So she's currently working to learn more about digital marketing. She's seeking any advice that you guys have, any kind of advice for referrals, any ideas that you have to share and help support her. So let's welcome Tekara. And to start us off this morning, go ahead and give us your 30,000 foot overview of yourself and your Tuesday tip.
All right. So thank you so much for the opportunity to come on. Again, my name is Tekara. I am, like you said, a mobile notary. I'm also online. So I have that option too. Being online makes me available nationwide. And then mobile is in my area, which is Waco area. I forgot your second question.
Your Tuesday tip.
Oh, my Tuesday tip. I think my Tuesday tip was just to make sure that you're taking time for yourself. Something I tell people often in my 9 to 5. I'm a manager, so I have, a team of supervisors under me there, and just people in general. Like, you can't pour from an empty cup. So just always make sure that, you pour into people, you give people so much, especially being an entrepreneur, from the things that I'm learning, because I'm still new at this. But we give so much to other people and so much into the work we do, and, meeting you and all the work that you put in, you give so much of yourself out, and, being a mom and all of this, to definitely make sure to take that time to fill your cup back up. Make sure that, you're spending time with those people that are important to you. If you are a believer, spend your time at church with your life group, with Jesus, the things that are important to you, so that you're prepared to go out and do the things that you need to do.
I love that. That's a wonderful tip. Thank you. And I have to remind myself of that a lot, because I get so wrapped up in all the things that I've kind of made, Saturdays are go-to days for like family day. Like I mentioned on the last podcast, we've been hitting these different like fun experience places, and each Saturday when we're able to. And that is something that I really love, that I started doing with the kids, because like being a business owner, I don't have as much time dedicated to family life. So that's a wonderful tip. So
That's
to
awesome.
get into it, yes, to get into it, I know you're new and fresh out of the gates with the entrepreneur world, but I've already seen your presence on social media and all the things that you're doing, and I think you're doing amazing as a startup. But what's the most unexpected or unusual challenge that you faced thus far, and how did you overcome it?
Really, for me, just diving in and doing it. I came across Notary really random. I found a TikTok, and it was like, hey, we're doing this, and you can do this, and I do this full time. And so I was like, no way, there's no way that works. So I looked into it and decided, let me just learn about it. Let me do some research and take a course. Lots lots of notaries who have been in the business for a while are doing courses, and they're teaching, the ins and outs of the business, how to do different things. And so for me, the biggest thing has just been just not being afraid to dive in and do it, and just stepping out of the box. You can only learn so much. There's only so much courses you can do and book smarts you can have before you just have to, like, okay, let me just take an appointment and do it. So when I mess up, I'm going to mess up. I actually had a very, very difficult appointment. I think it was last week. Not that it was, terrible and the signers weren't bad. It was just a bad experience, just because it was last minute, and, there were these expectations, and, there were things that I could do differently that I've learned from, but really just diving in and then learning from those experiences, and being able to be prepared for moving forward.
Love that. I agree. I always say trial by error. Some people say trial by fire. However you look at it, you really have to go through and experience it in order to get experience. There's no other way.
Yeah.
So you're doing all the things necessary. You're really immersing yourself, and I see that, and you are always open to growing. So keep doing that, and it's going to all fall into place for sure, because we kind of came from the same background. We're both just starting up, and I have no experience in business, social media, podcasts, but here we are together, and we're killing it.
Yeah, I agree.
Now, this is a question I ask all the time, and I still haven't even set this for myself, which I need to. But as you know, entrepreneurs often have, unique rituals or habits that keep them motivated. So what's your secret sauce for staying inspired and productive?
Ooh, I don't have a secret sauce yet. I think probably currently the secret sauce for me would be the fact that I am still working my 9 to 5. And don't get me wrong, I love my 9 to 5. I've been with that company for 12 years. I've made amazing progress with them. I've met amazing people. The work has not been a terrible experience. So it's not that. It's just, my goals have changed with my family, with my son. My son just turned 13 on the 9th, so not too long ago. So just getting up and still doing that job every day, knowing that, man, one day I'm going to be able to not have to be dedicated to my desk 9 to 10 hours a day. And I'm going to be able to go and make my own schedule. I'm going to be able to say, you know what, I'm not going to take any appointments today, and we're going to go out of town, and we're going to go just have a day, So I think that right now, that's my secret sauce, is just still being in the middle of my regular work and doing this, and knowing that one day this is not going to be my normal anymore. That one day, our time will be back to us, and we can make those decisions and have that flexibility.
I agree 100%. I feel the same exact way. And I feel like that's what keeps me motivated a lot. Is I talk about it a lot. Single mom, and I used to be a teacher. So all of my time was dedicated to fostering other children's or other families' children, which wasn't something that wasn't a passion of mine. I loved what I did. It's just great that now I am working towards opportunities to really pour back into my own children and kind of give them that life that I've always wanted, where we work from the beach, we go on vacation, we do all these things, and we get to go to mommy's office whenever we want, because mommy's there, mommy's in charge. I've always wanted to be my own boss. So yeah. I agree with you. You got to have those goals set and know like where you want and what direction you want to go. That path is going to get you there.
Yes, exactly.
I just wanted to
say, and it's been great because
no, sorry. You're good. No, go ahead. No, I had something really off topic.
Well, this is also off topic, but, just starting this, my son has decided that he wants to start a business too. So, for forever. I think it's every kid's dream to be a YouTuber. So he wants to be a YouTuber. And so he wants to be a YouTuber. He wants to do podcasting. He wants to do animations. But he wants to do like a pop-up concession stand, snack stand type of thing. So I'm like, you know what? If you want to do that, let's do it. Let's make it happen. He hears me talk about what I'm doing all the time. So why not let him, launch something at 13 and let him grow into that. So
absolutely.
that's exciting.
And I have my other podcast, the She's Got It All for motherhood. And the girl that I co-host with, Michelle, we were talking about having the kids do an episode. That would be kind of cool if your son came on and kind of interviewed our younger ones. We have to connect about that afterwards.
Oh yeah,
that would be awesome.
Definitely.
So what I wanted to say off topic was I'm noticing a lot on the comments that it says Facebook user. So guys, if you go onto the description, there's a link that you have to give StreamYard access to be able to have your name shown for your comment. So if you haven't gone in and clicked the link on Facebook in the description to give StreamYard access, your name will not show up on the comments. So just FYI. And thank you for joining, by the way. So back to business. Now, this one's a fun one I haven't done before on the podcast, and I'm curious to hear. So can you share a funny or memorable light bulb moment where you kind of came up with a game-changing idea for your business? Like, I know you hit social media a lot now, so when was that light bulb? Like, here's what I'm going to do with my content.
Really when I became part of this group, I knew, I see, obviously you're on social media all the time, you're aimlessly scrolling, you see what people are doing, you see all these people that, my following launched overnight because of this video that went crazy, things like that. So, that happens. But, when I came across this group and, met you, we went to the first in-person meeting, and then you had your, the training course that you did where you were talking about the way you did your social media. And I was like, you know what? I think I can really do this. Like, this is something that this is where the world is now. There is, of course, the demographic that's not on social media. We're not digital, all those things, but majority of the world, this is where we're at. We're growing on social media. We're growing online. We're doing all these things. And so, just seeing all the things that you're doing, all the different things, I'm like, I can do it. I could do it. I have the time. I'm here at my desk most of the time anyway. So why can't I take advantage and dive into that? And then the fact that once you create the business page and then you see whatever groups, here in the Waco area, we have mom groups in Waco, and then we have all these neighborhood pages. I know we talked about Nextdoor, that you did some stuff on Nextdoor. And so we have these neighborhood pages, for my town I'm actually in McGregor, and then there's some for Waco, and then the next town over, there's all these different groups. And all you have to do is just go in there and introduce yourself. But then, you have friends in all these groups too, and they start tagging you and, recommending you. And so your name just gets out there just by easily making this page and posting regularly and giving all your information. And so really I've taken my lead from you and kind of gone through and seen that it's possible to keep up with that.
I love that. I really want to do another training video where I'm kind of going more in depth about how to use Facebook groups. You'll see Joe. He's right here on the screen right now. I learned so much from Joe Camper. He's got the Insurance Syndicate page or Facebook group, and he taught me a lot about, what I'm doing right now with this podcast and just how to use Facebook groups. So I'd love to eventually make another video screen share where I can kind of go in and show everybody exactly the best tips and tricks and strategies for using Facebook groups, because they're so undervalued and not used a lot when there's a lot of nuggets in there. There's a great way to build your business is using Facebook groups. I tell people this every time. If you want to be on social media and you want to be seen, you got to be social. And that's
Yeah.
commenting, that's liking, that's sharing, whatever it is, just engaging on social media is going to get you out there. And more people need to take advantage of it, like you're saying. So I'm glad that you were able to watch, what I did with my social media and then use it for yourself. And I'm glad that you and I are always collaborating on social media. I couldn't do half this stuff in the group without you, and I appreciate that. And like she mentioned, she came all the way from Waco down here to Fort Worth, Texas for the first in-person networking group event that I put on. And that to me was just a huge blessing. And I was so appreciative that you did that and you're still here and you're still engaging with the group. I like 100% appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Of course. I mean, I get as much out as I put in. And I think that's one of the biggest things that we've talked about often too is you're going to get out what you put in. If you're not willing to put in that extra work, and even with their social media that we're talking about, if you're not willing to put those posts in there, if you're not willing to go find all these groups, like JC, as many times as he's gone in and gotten in Facebook jail from posting so much, going into these groups and tagging people and putting it out there, like if you're not putting in the work and putting in the effort to be involved in this group or in whatever groups you're in and all of that, then you're not going to get your return. So
I agree. And I think we have some exciting news at the end that we'll share with everybody too, of what we're going to do and kind of revision our Facebook group that I think is going to get some more involvement. So we'll keep that for the end for them. So, yeah, I guess since we're kind of on the topic of stories a little bit right now and how we met and what we've done, can you just kind of share an unforgettable encounter that you've had with a fellow entrepreneur or business person that's left a lasting impression on you? I know we kind of talked about it a little bit just now, but.
Yeah, really, there's a couple here in town that I've met. I introduced one on Sunday, Kristen, she does hometown content. She's here in my same city. So she's a fellow mom. She's here local. And one thing with her is she's recently just kind of taken on homeschooling her kids. She's running her business. She's just super involved in our community. She does a lot of work for the community, a lot of different things. And so, aside from all the work that we've been doing together, you and I, Alexis, with this group and JC and all of that, Kristen is someone that I really look at. I watch her posts in her group. I watch her Facebook page, her Instagram, all of that, because she's really in it. She even, we kind of did a trade. She needed something notarized and she's like, well, what's your fee? And I'm like, I'm not going to charge you. And so I was like, how about you just show me some of the stuff that you're doing? And she's like, okay, I'll make you some posts. I'll, create you some content, because she's also she's doing like the social media management work too. She does, all the different things. And so she's like, I'll put in some of my stuff for payment. So we kind of did this barter deal and, things like that. It just works out really well. And I just love watching the things that she's doing, because she's doing it all with her family. It's her and her husband that run the business, and she's got, her kids. Her oldest son is a senior in high school this year. So she's like, in all the things, but she's still making it happen. So
I love
awesome.
that. I love that so much. That's what I'm saying. It's like social media is such a great avenue to meet people that you least expected to meet, and then it turns and flourishes into some long lasting, partnership, relationship. I met JC, since we've brought him up a couple of times today. I met JC on Facebook. He was actually working with another group back in the day where they were doing Zoom meetings, and I was like, I just want to talk to this guy one day. So I picked up the phone. We had like a 30-minute conversation, and I was like, I really feel like this was not like fate. This was all a part of a plan. Like, you and I were destined to meet. God had a plan for us meeting, and ever since then, we've just ran with it. He literally has does so much for the group, and I give all the thanks to social media for meeting him and yourself. Like it's amazing to see the relationships that are built through social media. It's awesome.
And we would never have been able to connect outside of social media. Like,
No.
I'm in this small little town with 5,000 people, and you guys are in way, huge DFW area, and we never would have connected.
I love it. It's just so awesome how it all comes together, honestly. So, is there any business related item on your personal bucket list that you're excited to accomplish in the future? Like something adventurous or unconventional, maybe?
Not unconventional, but for me, my next goal that I want to accomplish is to get out and do some in-person marketing. I've been working on the social media presence and doing a lot of that, but I would really like to get out and do more in the area and more work with the community and just get my name out there a little bit more in the area. So just getting out there and meeting people, and it's not hard to meet people, and you can do it the same way, but also a face-to-face feels a little bit more intimidating than an online presence does. So
Absolutely.
Yeah, so just doing that, it's definitely, it's not necessarily unconventional, but it's something that that's my next goal to work on is preparing those marketing materials and going out and putting that into action.
I love that. And I know you and I had talked about before where we kind of do an event like in different locations. I think it'd be fun personally, and you can tell me if it's not going to be fun. But I had this idea that since you're out in the Waco area, I used to live out in Whitney back in the day, so not far from Waco at all. But it's the name changed, but it was BSR, that water park, with the big slides.
Yeah.
I forgot what it's called now out in Waco.
Yeah, I can't remember either, but yeah.
I want to do an event there where we're all networking and we're going down the slides. It would just be so fun. I don't know. Summer is over now. Officially, it's fall. But that would be something super fun to do.
Right. Even though it's officially fall, it's not like the temperatures change.
Yeah. No, it won't even change until like at least December, January. What's the point?
Right.
There is no fall.
It'll be cold for like a week, maybe.
It's like Texas just completely skips fall, goes right into winter, and then we have a sheet of ice on the highway for a couple days, and the whole state shuts down.
Pretty much. Yeah. I do have a friend actually that I'm in life group with. She is part of it's Waco Sports Commission. So they do a lot of events. They're putting on the Ironman. They've done the 5Ks all around Waco. And so they just did an event there not too long ago around Mother's Day is when she did it. So I'm going to bring that up to her tonight, actually, when we have a life group. So maybe we can get that rolling.
That would be so fun. I'm so down. I love that place. I'm a big advocate of the lazy river there. It's awesome. So we're almost to our 30-minute mark. So I guess my closing question, I'm starting this new thing where I want to do a fun question every time. Last time was if you were to write a book, and that worked out perfectly because JJ was writing a book. But your question today is if your business was a superhero, what superpower would it have and why?
Ooh, that's a good one. My superpower. Ooh, to fly.
I knew you were going to say that. Yes! That worked out perfectly because you're on Mobile Notary.
Yes. And so, being online, I'm also nationwide. So I could be like, oh, let's just fly over to California and get this done personally for you. I'll be right there.
I can fly to you with a touch of a button.
Yes.
I love it. So, final wrap up here, guys. Thanks so much for watching. But where can our viewers find you online?
So I am on Facebook, 828 Mobile Notary, and on Instagram under the same name. And then, of course, on those pages, there is a link to my website, which is also 828 Mobile Notary. So same name across all platforms. But yeah, you can find me there, and we can set up any notarizations. If you have any questions, you're not sure if something needs notary, needs a notary, let me know. We can work through it, work it out, any of that.
Love it. And so our final thoughts here, where we're talking about doing with the group next, is we want to create a virtual Rolodex. Is that how you say it? A virtual Rolodex,
Yes.
right? So it's basically going to be a directory of services for the group. I have a lot of times we've seen that people have posted, who's a mobile tent guy or a dent, whatever. There's all different kinds of things. But if we had a virtual Rolodex in our group where people could kind of shuffle through and see, you know, their website, their customer reviews, and just have a place to go and pick their services when needed, I think that would be great for the group. I don't know. You have more of an idea and experience on what we kind of wanted to do with it. So I'll let you share a little bit about it too, real quick.
Yeah, so just the idea was pretty much like you said, like a yellow pages, a virtual yellow pages. You know, if you want to, like you said, have a tent or dog trainer, JJ threw that out there. If you need a dog trainer, which I probably do because my dogs are ridiculous. You know, you can just go to either this platform that we're going to set up, or you know, some type of user, I don't know, some whatever we figure out. But you'll be able to go in and just, like you said, look it up and say, this is what I'm looking for. Where can I find it? Or you know, just something that's easily accessible with everyone who participates with this group. So you know, but I think, I don't know if you mentioned this or if we're on the same page of this, it's going to be definitely part of that. What you put in is what you get out. So, you know, investing into the group and putting your information out there, not just, hey, here's my link, but, you know, participating in the group, being part of the things that we're putting on, the events, different things like that, is what would be able to get you, you know, front seats to that.
Absolutely. I agree. And that's definitely what we're going with this. It's very early developmental stages, but we're going to have it up and running soon. We've already created a Google form for those that want to sign up now and get started. Now, like she mentioned, it is an engaging aspect, and it's not going to be something that you can do one time and not, like, you know, come back to. It's basically going to be like a platinum premium upgrade membership for our group that's going to come with perks alongside with being in the virtual Rolodex. And it is something that is not going to be free to the group. It's going to be something that you have to put into an upgrade, basically. So once we get off here today, I will put the link for the Google form in the comments of this show, and we'll kind of get the ball rolling. And if you have any questions about it, you can reach out to me or to Tekara. It's not just a virtual Rolodex. There's a lot that comes with this package, especially if you haven't created your online branding yet. We are here to help you with that content. So that's another perk of the program. But now I'm rambling, so we'll leave it at that. And if you have questions, like I said, reach out to me or to Tekara. We'd love to help. We want to get this virtual Rolodex rolling soon. So thanks everybody for joining, and we will see you guys next Tuesday. We're live every Tuesday at 11 a.m. Tekara, thank you so much for being on the show today, and thank you everybody for watching.
Thank you. Bye.